so it's fast.
Okay, here's a new shop product. Nah, not your typical shop product, but if you've ever seen this place, you know it's pretty big. Shop's about 85 feet deep. The attached area is another about 40 feet. And then the front lot goes about another, total it's about 560 feet long. So what I have is pretty poor Wi-Fi coverage around here. It's okay, like it's passable, but when you're streaming, trying to watch something, you know, on YouTube or Netflix, it can be a problem in the shop. So what I did was I picked up this one yesterday. This is the Samsung SmartThings Wi-Fi, and I'm hoping there's an improvement. And what I want to test, you can, wirelessly these talk to each other. It uses, I guess, the software. The whole thing was developed by a company called Plume, and now Samsung's is using the same technology to run their Mesh products. But there's more power on these than the tiny little Plume units. So this should be good. And now what I'm going to try to do a little bit differently, I'm going to wire them, or I'm going to wire at least a couple of them. I have to wire at least two. And I want to see if it'll cover the distance wired. It's about 400 feet. 400 feet running. It's actually running through Cat 5 cable, so it's not even the good new modern stuff, but just running that length of cable without running it through a switch gave me some issues. So then I picked up a Netgear switch. I put it on one side, and it was a little more stable on the other end. And then finally I put a switch on both ends, identical. They're just really cheap Netgear switches, like $30 switches. And now my signal is rock solid between the two buildings. So I want to see if I can take that switch out and then just run the Samsung units and see if it all works and communicates well. I'm hoping it does. The other thing that this setup does is it acts as a smart home hub. So this will control your smart devices. It'll work with older Z-Wave and Zigbee products. There's a list of the items it's friendly with. So there's a bunch of stuff online, and guys are saying, oh, the main hub will function as a controller, but the satellite ones won't. But I was doing a little looking around, the pictures at least, and they all looked identical to me. And let's just see if there's part numbers on here. Well, these two look identical, so maybe these are the satellites. And this is the main. And I didn't think so. I thought they were all the same, and they do appear to be all the same to me. FCC ID, sure. Model number. Oh, that is really tiny. Man, that is small. Anyways, this 525, it all ends in 525. These two end in 525, so they appear to be the same. And this one appears to be the same, 525. So they are all identical to me. So now let's hook them up and see if it functions in the shop. Yay, box is empty. Okay, so here's what we did. We took the first Samsung hub and I put it in my main house. So this is two buildings, actually it's three buildings on this property. One actually shouldn't even count, but two buildings. So the first one's in the main house, and that's about 300 somewhat feet that way. The Ethernet cable comes out of that one about 80 feet back in the house, underground, and through the back lawn here, under those cedars, about 300 somewhat feet. Now it comes in the building. It's probably another 25 feet to my closet. So control room is here. There's a bunch of electrical stuff in here. So before I had the Netgear switch, I had to have the Netgear switch in the front and then another switch in the back. And then from this switch, it went into my Linksys router. So before I had to have a switch on either end. If I had the switch only on one end, I wouldn't have a stable connection. It would drop connection all the time. But now for whatever reason, I have the main #1 hub in the house, and I'm putting that into my Netgear switch. I just tried it to see if it would work, and from there I split it into my Amazon box and I going into my Samsung TV. So I just wanted to try that to see if it worked, and it split the connection fine. Everything's all wired up on that side, and then the other line coming out of the switch comes back, and I tried to put it into this guy before I put it into here, but for whatever reason it didn't see this. So that line is coming out of the first switch in the other building, and then it's coming directly into this one, and it's coming into the in here, and then from there the out is going into the switch, and then I'm just going to hook up the rest of the stuff here. So let's see what kind of speeds we get from the second puck, which is on the old wired connection from the first building to the second building. So let's pull up the standard here, speed test on the old iPhone. So it's fast. You know, on the Linksys, I couldn't do this. I think I had a best of maybe, well, this distance, maybe 50, I want to say. Actually, I never really even did check from here, but I know I couldn't watch a lot of YouTube in the shop. So the distance from here to my laptop is through one wall, two walls. This was a pretty thick wall here. That's less than 15 feet. That's where my laptop is. And there's my TV, which I've been streaming Netflix all afternoon with this setup, just testing it out. So right here, this is, 15 feet from that one second hub. And these are killer speeds. No wonder it streams Netflix better than I've ever had before. Okay, so what I did was I took the third one and go back in the shop. Now from the second one to the third one, this is not hardwired. From the second to third, this is running the mesh system like Samsung and Plume intended it. So this has got to be 80 feet from the second one. You know, it told you to set it up within 12 meters. So this, it's sitting on the LS/tire/SPC tire rack right there. I gotta find maybe a permanent home for it, but that's where the power bar was. And this is where it's living for now. So let's check the speed back here. So this is on the mesh network. This one is not hardwired. Yeah, it's fast. So this place has hardwired cameras, and I've added a bunch of Wi-Fi cameras, and I didn't know if the little bit of fuzziness in the Wi-Fi cameras was the connection, and I guess I still have to test that out to see how much those have improved. But on the far end here, let's check and see what our speeds are like. To the back here. So from the second one, I'm probably maybe, I want to say at least 80 feet out. Dogs are barking. Everybody got dogs here in this neighborhood. the handoff between the second and third, when you run the plume app, it tells you which one's connected. Guess we can go into the plume app. So now garage workshop. So now it's reading on the, this is the third one. I call this one garage workshop. Yeah, this is on Plume's own speed test. That's pretty fast. This is outside here. Like, this is further than any of my smart home devices is gonna be. But I can put some up in these trees now. Okay, and let's just see. Let's see, where are we now? Garage workshop. So still on this one, try it one more time. This is kind of the edge of my building. Yeah, inside, right? But so not through a wall. I guess that's why the speed's better here. And let's see where it hands off. So it still says garage workshop. I labeled the other one back house. So from that back door that I came in to here is just over 80 feet moments ago. Connected to garage workshop. See, so it, I wonder why it's connected to garage. Wait, this is only the second time I've opened this app, but I bet you if I go out here, if I X this, it might connect to the other one. Optimization in progress. So they say this plume setup takes a while to figure out what's going on with your setup, and it diverts different devices to different channels depending on usage to make everything good. See, so it's still on garage workshop. I wonder if I can get it to go to the second device. Well, I'm pretty sure on speed test it's picking up the closest one. Good signal. Yeah, it still says garage workshop. Ah, connected to back house. See, so I don't know if the handoff was just happened right now, because I've been standing here for probably 30 seconds, but now we're up to the very, very fast speeds again, and it's in the closet on the other side of this wall here, right? That's where it is. So it measured 310, which is, you know, probably honest. You always wonder when a company is doing a speed test, you wonder if the results are skewed if you're using their own programs, right? I always wonder that. So let's try this one here. Yeah, it's basically, this is even faster. So, you know, Plume, it doesn't look like they're fudging the numbers, which is good. All right, so that answers my question, right? I would have liked to have found something online, like an actual speed distance test for this whole Samsung SmartThings setup. And anyways, I had to do my own video. So the thing works. It works really, really well. And you can connect them wired across a pretty pretty great distance, right? More than regular Cat 5e cable should usually handle, right? I had to run the switches on either side before. The switches have a little bit of power in them. I think that's why it worked. But now I'm running the switch on one side, I'm running directly into the second hub, and it's working perfectly fine. The speeds are awesome. I've been able to stream Netflix pretty much most of the afternoon here without issue. And I've been doing a bunch of things at the same time on my phone and on the little laptop there, right? So over the next little while, I'm gonna test out some of the smart home devices I have and hook it to the existing cameras, the wireless ones, that is. As far as the wired stuff, maybe there's going to be an interface somewhere online that I can put that stuff into to get it to connect up to the SmartThings app from Samsung, because I'd like to get everything in one spot, and that's kind of the reason why I went with this one. It was either this or the TP-Link Deco M9 Plus, and you know, this is available in my area. I just went right to the Samsung store in the mall. They had one left, so I took it. All right, so hope that helps. Not really a car thing, but it is a garage shop thing, and everybody I know with a shop has Wi-Fi in it now, and this is a big part of it. And smart home features are good, and I want to get to using them more. Now that I have a really good connection, I'm gonna try to use and make the most of it. Hopefully it should be much easier to just get everything working and functioning correctly. Just, you know, ease. We want everything to be easier and to work well. So yeah, like, subscribe as always. Sounds like a spiel, but I gotta say it. Peace out.